It's usually this time of year where he shines, be it for state or, in this instance, in the red of Newcastle, who wear their Indigenous jerseys this evening. Wonderful design, as all the clubs have enjoyed over the last couple of weeks. David Armstrong placing the ball in the driving rain, as Adam O'Brien pointed to. Seems rain has been a constant for Newcastle's home games so far in the season. Connor Tracy, he's made this fullback position his own for the Bulldogs this year. Friday night footy, a boisterous crowd in Newcastle, the perfect backdrop for this. Hughes with the carry back. Kai Pearce, Paul, Jacob Safidi, the initial tacklers. Carraz has been unbelievable over the last few weeks. A double century in running metres, 3 weeks in succession. Moves in a spot from wing to centre to cover for Stephen Crichton this evening. Now Max King.
He's just gone back into the centres, limping a little bit. Hopefully that's not too bad.
Played by Salmon, and now Tracy. Wholehearted toiler at the back. He's keeping Blake Taff out of this lineup. And Hutchison kicks down that left-hand edge. Picked up by David Armstrong, who, in addition to these 5 tries he scored, has 22 tackle breaks and 4 line breaks. He's loving his time at the top. And now Anari Tuala. Marzu, he's a home ground specialist, 16 tries in 15 games at McDonald Jones Stadium. Strong run, Jacob Safidi punching up over the halfway. And now Brayley for Elliott, knocked over in the tackle of Haywood, who's in to start at lock again for Canterbury this evening. Hastings. Taken comfortably by Tracy, assisted by some effective shepherd work, if you like, by his teammates. And now Addo Carr with a pressure ball to Hutchison.
Well, that pass was never on, let alone in the pouring rain and slippery ball. Knights on the attack.
And there's the replay, bottom right.
He went behind him anyway. Poor pass.
Elliott playing it on the 10, Jaden Brayley. Cogger with a short pass to Leo Thompson. 4 from the line, Preston the tackler. Hastings, flat pass. Well handled by Elliott. Good defensive read from Salmon and Haywood. Couple of metres short. Cogger first receiver, Hastings second. Nice set piece, Armstrong dummies, gets through Carraz, can't get to the line. It was exciting, the local fans, David Armstrong. There was a big yell of enthusiasm when he got the ball. The kick's not long enough. And Reid Marnie's back there with the mop-up work, and they've given away a penalty to go on the back of it.
Well, the two Pestosauruses have come together early. We're 3 minutes in, they've found each other. Reid Marnie, Jackson Hastings. We're going to have 80 minutes of this. It's going to be torture.
Yeah. This battle brought to you by Morteen. Jackson Hastings.
Whacked him in the
Spray
head.
him.
He's whacked him in the head.
It was a good sign from the Bulldogs. They didn't look flustered for one tackle there.
Well, let's head sideline. Alana, have you still got your umbrella from round 5 when it was cats and dogs?
I don't know what you blokes are on about. It's 25 and sunny down here.
Oh.
I'm living the dream. No, it's horrendous. It's well and truly set in now. We're in the middle of the warm-ups, and some of the men from both teams were slipping around. I think they've tried to fix up the surface a little bit, so it's a little bit patchy. But look, if I'm the halves for this game, I'm rubbing my hands together because it brings their kicking game into action. But the chase is going to be equally as important. You can put so much pressure on it. Catching a high ball in slippery conditions is that much harder. They found a bit of space here, the doggies. But yeah, I'd be loving this as a half.
Well, what is not in doubt, Alana, is that you and Danica are the toughest members of our team. A high kick across the ground. Sexton tapped back by Bronson Sherry. Then Salmon. Oh, he had a little air swing there. There was an opportunity. Could he puncture that ball through the line? But didn't make effective contact. It was mopped up by Cogger and now Inari Tuala. I was just having a look at these numbers with the Bulldogs dominating the recent fixtures. 7 wins from the last 9. It's nearly 50-50 actually between the teams in Newcastle. Only one more win for the Knights over the Bulldogs up there, 14 against 13.
It's great seeing that highlight of Hazem El Madri kick that goal kick from the sideline, Andrew.
Wasn't it great?
How many times have you seen that in your life, you reckon?
Well, watched it that many times. I've had a nervous breakdown every time. Thanks for doing that during Origin time too. I was standing with Denny Badiris when he was about to kick it. He goes, "Do you reckon he'll kick it?" I look at Betsy and went, "What do you reckon?"
Do you reckon he's the best goal kicker the game's seen?
Him and Darryl Halligan. Take your pick between those two. Who'd you pick, Freddie? Hazem or
Well,
I
in
think
those
I'd go
days,
Darryl, I'd say.
I'd say Hazem. And I think if you're looking at numbers, Adam Reynolds and Nathan Cleary are exceptional.
Yep. Hastings kicking on 3. Armstrong motoring. There's a collision at the back. The ball's alive. It's tapped over the back. There's an inquiry here from Grant Atkins about who instigated that contact, maybe.
No penalty try. Can we just review any
I think Dave
interference on the way
Armstrong
through?
actually instigates the contact. Jackson Hastings puts a beautifully weighted kick just behind the defence line. He gets past Sexton, Davey Armstrong, and he just shoulders the Bulldogs player, Connor Tracy. He can shoulder for the ball.
Oh, it's Connor Tracy, Freddie, who makes the contact. He takes him out.
Just checking to see the actions of Connor Tracy and whether he's playing the ball or the man.
Well, he's playing the man.
Well, they both go, oh, no, play on. Play on.
Connor Tracy's gone past the ball and has interfered with David Armstrong. This is a penalty. Just playing on at this stage.
What have you got
to see
against
what
the
happens
Knights?
next.
Nothing easy.
Is that he says
The ball
penalty? Is that a
knocked
professional
dead
foul?
by Toby Sexton. The actions of Connor Tracy ruling out a penalty try due to the ball bouncing away
What's the sin
from
bin?
David
Yeah,
Armstrong.
has to be.
However,
Sure.
Connor Tracy's actions are a professional foul.
There you are.
We have a decision.
Warm up the sin bin.
Can we take the conditions into play there, that it's slippery? And
It was a warning shot from Jackson Hastings to Connor Tracy. Here we go,
We've already
listening.
gone past the ball and played the man, not the ball, so you're in the bin.
A warning sign there
Mark Ash.
from Jackson Hastings to Connor Tracy. If you're going to defend in the line, I'll kick. Doesn't matter what tackle.
Well, David Armstrong's got them on edge, hasn't he?
I was blaming Davey.
He's quick, isn't he?
He's lightning. He's a real weapon. Support play's been
Yeah.
remarkable.
Great anticipation.
So Hastings to have a shot to make it 2-0, and the Bulldogs down by 1 for 10 minutes.
The game's evolved where speed has just become the absolute weapon. And Davey Armstrong just knows how to use his speed.
In the break.
Newcastle. Friday night footy from McDonald Jones Stadium. Oh, Leo Thompson with a head full of anger. He was screaming at them as he was motoring back to the defence. Brayley now away to Dane Gagai. That's the question of greatest goal kickers, gentlemen. I know stats and strike rates don't always tell the story because you've got to consider the circumstances in which you kick. But Nathan Cleary kicks at 84.2%. Adam Reynolds 82.2. Haslam 81.9. Daryl Halligan 79.
Daryl would have kicked with leather balls.
We started with them, yeah.
Kicking off sand.
Some issues for Bailey Hayward. Made an impression in his first few games of NRL football. Bailey Hayward, a half coming through, playing that ball-playing lock role at the moment.
I've watched him in lower grades the last couple of years, Bailey. Really happy to see him kick on. One thing about him, he's tough and he competes.
Jeez, how played that rapid, Jacob Carras.
He saved that set then, Matt.
Oh, he broke the first tackle and played it rapid, didn't he? And Armstrong is met by a good kick chase, and Bronson Sherry leading it with Jamin Salmon and Max King. Marju into the teeth of Canterbury's defence. Jacob Preston spent some time on the sidelines, back into the starting team after returning from the bench. Now Dylan Lucas. And played by Elliott promptly on tackle 5. Good defensive set for Canterbury. It's a lovely strike off the boot from Hastings. And Carras has gone to fullback now. And here's Blake Wilson, just his 4th game of the season. Actually started the year in a fine fashion, 2 tries in 3 games, then missed his place in the NRL side.
He's a try scorer.
Carras once again. 8 line breaks in his last 3 games, Jacob Carras. Devastating with the ball.
You can just see how important that last run is. 2 sets ago, Carras breaks the line. When they kick, the whole team's there as he's catching the ball. This time, Newcastle win the tackle. And all of a sudden, tackle 2, they're at the 30-metre line.
So it's very much controlled for both teams at the moment, playing the conditions perhaps.
Well, they've got a man down. They've got to attack Newcastle. This is better.
Kai Pearce-Paul had the opportunity to offload to Armstrong, but held onto the football on play 4. A high kick by Hastings. Carras, it was awkward, but he's taken it and come straight through the other side.
Someone's got to tackle him. 3 men down there, no one went for him.
And Hutchison goes for the speed over the top. Sherry's lost it. Another error coming out of danger. It's picked up by Gagai. Gagai versus Wilson. Blake with a great driving shot.
What happened there?
There is extreme pressure on the Bulldogs now. He's going to kick on tackle 0. Out for Marju. Marju 1-on-1. It was the halfback section.
No, he's gone out.
Marju's gone over the sideline.
He's done a good job, Jacob Preston.
He had to pass inside.
He had 20 metres. He had a bloke inside, and he decided to run over the winger.
Can you review touchline?
The option ended up a good one. Puts it on Marzu's lap. Have a look at the space there.
Just pass it.
You've got 3 night players
Pass
at
it.
20 metres.
By Greg Marju.
Pass it.
He actually beats him and still doesn't score. That's a huge effort by the back rower.
What a tackle by Jacob Preston.
No try. What an effort. It's been the backbone of the Bulldogs sitting where they are at the moment. Scoring tries hasn't come easy. And they dropped the ball when they were in space, actually, in their last set of 6. Bronson's already put one down cold.
The ball remains up, just confirming the foot touches the line. The left boot of Greg Marju is in touch. We have a decision.
Oh, that effort by Preston will have his coach standing to attention. That sums him up, doesn't it?
I'll talk to him.
Only a young man, but he is just all effort.
Watch our escort run. Where do you want it? Middle? Here? 20. Play the ball.
There's a little bit of class there. You see the class in attack. He scores plenty of
Play the ball in
tries.
the middle, goes into touch.
Great hole runner. And they're just getting across, grabbing him, dragging him low, keeping him low to the ground, dragging him over the sideline.
Start of the year at a core, I hopped in the elevator, and a bloke came up, and before he even spoke, I went, "You're Jacob Preston's dad, aren't you?"
Wait!
He said, "How'd you know?" I said, "Mate, look in the mirror." Exactly the same. Same hair, same mannerisms, everything.
He's got a mullet, hasn't he?
Same hair.
Oh! Big whack on Max King. Oh, they're stuck in the quicksand. Canterbury now. Here's Preston. Maybe Jacob and Dad get their hair cut at home. Maybe Mum looks after it. She might only have one in the repertoire. Carraz away to Wilson. And Hutchison kicking from very deep. Taken on the full by Armstrong. It's been a strange few minutes of footy.
With only a couple of minutes to go before Connor Tracy comes back on. This set of 6 in defence is crucial.
A lot of players are losing their feet. Lana spoke about the grounders. Laid some new turf. You can see very uneasy underfoot there.
Christian Mapapalangi made an impression. He's taken to NRL at the end of last year, but has had a shoulder reconstruction and returns to the NRL tonight. Cogger down the right edge. A chip over the top. What a pickup on the bump. He is a player full of confidence. Jacob Carraz. He's not even a fullback. He's attacked that ball and whipped it up on the half volley.
What do you say about his running style, Andrew?
Extravagant.
Extravagant. Well, that was an extravagant take.
He might have done better than half volley. He might have got his fingers underneath it and caught it. But either way, that's sublime work.
Here he is again.
Working up the middle. Hutchison did well to squeeze the ball out there. Here's Addo-Carr chipping over the top and pursuing the kick. Armstrong's fallen. Addo-Carr's picked the ball up and he scores!
That was a Stephen Bradbury effort. Everyone just fell over. And it opened up, but Josh Addo-Carr scoops the ball up and scores the first of the night. The Dogs down to 12 men. On the Harvey Norman replay, Hutchison, they're down a play, but they find some space on the left-hand side, and they didn't panic. Bronson's there. He got the ball standing still. Kennedy goes down. Gagai goes down. And the Fox goes over.
It's on all the time. Last play, around 50 metres out from the opposition line. The wingers go back. There is so much space. When teams decide to run the ball, there's always something on. It's like watching a rerun of the Benny Hill show. People falling over everywhere. And Josh Addo-Carr goes over. Alana.
He's good to watch, isn't he? I thought as soon as the back rower, Dylan Lucas, decided to shoot in, it gave them that one-man advantage over on the edge. And Addo-Carr, what a nice little ball drop. He shot in and then they had this space just on the outside of his right foot. He got the angle right, and Davey will be wanting to make up for that one. But isn't he good to see in the action? Even some of the Newcastle fans got excited about the Fox in action.
He loves life.
He loves scoring tries. Two exquisite examples of ball handling in the wet in that set for Canterbury.
Stay behind.
The Fox sizzling in the wet in Newcastle. First try for Canterbury. Oh, they're all slipping over.
Might be one of those nights tonight. Not at Cronulla, not at Bermuda Triangle, but it's going to be one of those nights.
King trucking it up. Has gone 66 games without scoring a try, Max King. Hasn't scored one in 5 years. That's Carraz again. Deep kickoff, and despite losing his footing, was still able to catch it. We're back to 13 on 13 with Tracy playing it and Hutchison kicking flat. And the ball checks up on the greasy turf. Reeled in by Anari Tawala, and the tackle's made on the 20.
It's a good set of 6 following points. Hutchison finding enough space down the blind side and just pierces it between the fullback and the winger. It's always valuable when you can just find the grass. Players have got to pick it up, cost them metres, cost them time.
Here's Lucas, played 80 minutes in his last 8 games in a row. He's become a reliable member of this Newcastle team, Dylan Lucas.
It'll be interesting. We've got Tyson Frizzell on the bench. He plays right back row, Matt. It'll be interesting where Tyson comes on. And they come in the middle.
The veteran Tyson Frizzell, I think he's recommitted to Newcastle for another season or two.
Brady Jones, he's been playing in the middle. Probably been an edge back rower, but this year's been playing a lot of middle.
So Curran on the ground. Those big minutes for a bench man, averaging up over the 50 minutes per game mark. And now, oh, Hayward Jard. But he's able to play it quickly, and Jacob Safidi's been left forlorn on the ground.
Well, he got stung with take the previous set.
Oh, it's a high tackle on Armstrong.
He did a hit up, Safidi, and he stayed down.
Well, the trainer's with him in the background.
Now Napa Palangi has made an error in the conditions.
They look really flat, the Knights, coming off a bye.
Can you watch it? Hang on a sec.
Sometimes you have the weekend off and you can lose a bit of rhythm. Now they've won 4 in a row coming into this. Here's Safidi. Oh, he gets a knee. Accidental. Is that from Max King? Yeah, but they look quite flat. Here's the tackle. Oh, he hits the hip. He'll be coming off, I think, for HIA.
It's good force. Kai Pearce-Paul.
Yeah, you have a look at the speed of the defensive lines for Newcastle compared to the Bulldogs.
Okay, running Dave, again, lock him in, please. Okay, heads down, time back on. Down we go,
So Safidi okay for the moment.
It's been an evolution of the game. Just
stay there, Jackson. Head in.
at times size was king. You can hold the ball now. The smaller blokes, Bailey, Hayward, they can get around and give them quick play of the balls.
Well, Queensland is starting a front row. Wednesday night, Ruben Cotty's 95 kilo. That's unheard of.
The Bulldogs 15 away. Sexton for Haywood. Hutchison, Sherry. Tackled well by Gagai. They drag him out. Great defence.
Well, all the movement was sideways.
It started straight.
Send him over, Case.
Watch the movement of Drew Hutchison. He's running towards the sideline, which means he's dragging the defence towards the sideline. Watch the angle. Drew Hutchison gets the ball. It's running towards the sideline, so he's dragging the defence that way.
Bailey Hayward does a great job. He actually straightens it up. Drew Hutchinson, he runs straight for the touch judge. You can't flirt, especially in these conditions, with that 10 metres on the touchline. You just get dragged into touch, especially if you're running sideways, if you're running towards the touchline.
Be careful when you're flirting at any time, Greg. Australia's greatest sporting rivalry just around the corner with Ampol State of Origin Game 1 kicking off on Wednesday, coming at Accor Stadium, Sydney. There are sparing tickets remaining, so it's one of your final chances to be there live. And if you haven't been to an Origin, it is absolutely bucket list stuff. NRL.com/tickets. If you can't get there, you can watch all the action right here. Exclusive, live and free on 9 and 9 now. Oh, what? 6 again after he kicked it.
He was going to call a penalty.
Penalty there.
He called it.
Well, he called Reid Marnie offside. He called Reid Marnie offside, and Reid Marnie stopped.
And he kept going first.
But I thought I'd love to see the replay. So he calls him offside. Well, I suppose he balks at him.
Yeah, he called him earlier, and he thought Reid Marnie could have stopped earlier. That way, he ended up playing a part in forcing the kick. He called 6 to go, hoping the Newcastle player would have heard it in time, but it didn't change his action. So I think Reid was just being a little bit too cunning there.
So Lucas has Newcastle perfectly positioned. Jaden Brayley takes off down the right-hand side. Good defence. Bronson Sherry versus Dane Gagai. That is a good tussle. Tackle count restarted. Cogger, Elliott, Jacob Safidi. These Newcastle middlemen do like passing together. They are a team that likes to use the ball skills of their bigger men in the middle of the ground, and this guy is a prolific offloader. Kai Pearce-Paul cut down within 4 metres. Brayley, Jacob Safidi between defenders, but Preston was there, and then Curran came in for reinforcement. Hastings and Cogger. Gagai back underneath, missed by Salmon and then Marnie. Eventually put down 11 metres away. Hastings short to Elliott. Great tackle, King. Played it really quickly. And now Hastings tries to roll it through. It's knocked back by Toby Sexton. And Canterbury have survived once more.
Very hard to attack when it's slippery. And one of the real keys is you need some deception around the dummy half. Just to break the defence up, especially around the ruck. The Canterbury defence is moving very well sideways. As soon as the ball gets past, they're all moving very well. They're in tune with each other. They're creating very little opportunities. Unless you're creating a bit of interest around the ruck, and that's Jaden Brayley's job, it's very hard to create space anywhere else on the field.
The rate of improvement in Canterbury's defence is hardly believable on last year. It's the second best defensive record in the competition, behind the Panthers. 17.4 points a game conceded on average. That's down from 32 a game last year. Incredible effort to completely overhaul that defensive system, and it's working. To great effect, Newcastle tryless after 24 and a bit minutes. Armstrong with the catch. Here's Inari Tuala. Mapa Palangi. Last time we saw him in the NRL, round 24, 2022. Long road back from that shoulder. And Frizzell on the ground. Good Pullicking run up to the 40. Cogger He's able to run a long way before kicking. There's basically a barricade between Connor Tracy and the oncoming defence. Took it well, Addo Carr. He's cornered. Daniel Safidi on the ground. He's wearing 16. And here is our first gamer, Lipoi Hopoi, the 22-year-old from the club's Jersey flag-winning team last year. Wins a maiden NRL appearance tonight for the club. So, oh, it's a drop at the back. We've been wrapping him up everywhere, David Armstrong, and he's made an error.
Yeah, the coach isn't happy. I think you can see they look really flat too. A lot of first up misses from the Knights.
It was accurate when Grant Atkins just said, dogs feed. That's what David Armstrong made of that. So to keep moving his feet closer to the ball. Big opportunity for the Dogs here.
Huge. Sherry nearly through.
It's a Westpac red zone of the Knights. Certainly play the balls compared to the Bulldogs too. Get a couple here this set.
He's a likely athlete. Lipoi Hopoi.
He's got the black boots on. Only him and Tyson Vazell.
Haywood, Tracy for Preston.
Good tackle. Pierce Paul. Safidi's hurt himself. Ooh. Twisted a knee, maybe.
There's a third run since coming onto the ground for Hopoi. Reed Marnie, Toby Sexton, tap on from Hutchison, Addo Carr. He's got too much pace for Conger. He gets two. The Fox is loving it.
Well, for some reason, Jack Cogger thought it'd be sensible to show Josh Addo Carr the sideline. And Josh looked up, sized up his man and showed him the try line. Now on the Harvey Norman replay, beautiful tip on from Hutchison. Ball hits the ground. Fox just lines him up here. Checks out who it is. That's the second try.
Well, they're missing some heavy artillery, but they've still got this try-scoring freak, Josh Addo Carr. 135 career tries. Could threaten the record by the time his career's over. This is a hell of a put-down. Wet conditions, one hand, left-hander in the corner, boom.
That's a nice show of balance in the conditions to be able to accelerate like that.
Jack Coger, he stopped moving his legs. He got on his heels. He had to attack.
Because his inside was no threat. He had 5 blokes coming across to help his inside in case he sidestepped.
It's a continuation of a dominant performance last week against the Dragons. Sexton to extend the advantage in the driving rain. It's bounced off the posts.
Time off.
I thought Newcastle would relish the conditions given their proficiency in the wet on a couple of occasions this year, but it's the other way around. Canterbury playing well. Raz has been wonderful. What about that for an offload? Marnie and now Lipoi Hapoi.
Tyson.
Salmon this time out to the 40. Only 3 players used on this set following the try. And Daniel Safidi, as we identified earlier,
He looks
has incurred some sort of an issue, and Haywood's lost the ball.
He knows. We can see that tackle again on Preston about 5 minutes ago. It was a tackle between Safidi and Kai Pearce-Paul. And it was an awkward, they were both off balance. Or you can see the knee twists.
Oh, it's dangerous for Preston as well, you know.
Yeah, that looked awkward. Alana.
Yeah, Brodie Jones has just got the 3rd interchange card ready to come on, so he might be looking to give him a little bit of a spell. But the Knights, for me, look, both clubs have completed the same. 13 out of 16 sets. They just need to start playing a little bit more footy. There he is, Saifidi's come for his breather. We'll keep you updated.
Okay, thanks, Alana. Well, they're not letting Armstrong into any space whatsoever tonight. I suppose it's a sign, a vote of confidence, or whatever the case may be, that they've identified him as a real danger in this game. Kelly with the offload. Hastings in heavy defensive traffic, so he's happy to submit in the tackle. They've used 4. Play to Brayley.
Nice contact.
Good shot. He's had a good start. He's not intimidated. Lipoi Hapoi. Kick in the air. Tracy waiting. Takes it cleanly. Oh, and now for Wilson, who gets driven back by Frizzell and company. Kept going, that had thrown him on the back of a trotter across the back of the grandstand.
Jacob Carraz has been incredible for the first 30 minutes. Incredible.
Kurt Mann.
Kurt Mann back home, played a few years at the Knights. He's been a great signing for the Bulldogs. There's question marks about the Bulldogs recruiting. They signed a lot of versatile players, but what they did buy is guys who compete. There's Jacob Carraz leading the meters. Players such as Kurt Mann, Josh Curran, Jamin Salmon. All these players can play various positions. One thing about them, they work really hard.
Those meters 102. I reckon he's won every play of the ball too. There's tackle breaks, line breaks.
You know what it's like, Freddie, in the wet. It's not about trick shots, it's about enthusiasm, getting down and dirty. At the moment, the Bulldogs are way on top in those areas.
Oh, Cogger ducked underneath a swinging arm. Hastings chips. Armstrong's trying to find a path to it. Oh, he made good ground late. But Tracy with an excellent catch. And Tyson Frizzell, he's trying to inflict a bit of pain out there, but he's given a penalty away.
It was a fourth play kick.
In dangerous position.
I don't know why they kicked on the fourth play. Let's have a look at this. Does he get him in a dangerous position? Looks like he's shoeing a horse here at one stage. Look, he gets it.
He's got the ram. Just puts it in the chute.
I'm glad you're not my farrier.
About to get the razor to it.
Hang on. That's a penalty?
Oh, error on tackle 1.
I've lost. Okay, on the challenge, like interference.
Challenge. It did pop out.
Coming into tackle 1.
It looked like the contact was over.
We've got a captain's challenge from the Bulldogs. Live decision of knock on. Or lost after held, sorry.
This may be a big turning point in this first half here, this decision.
Yeah,
there's a hand in there for sure.
Dirty nights.
The hand of the Newcastle player knocks the ball out. The challenge is successful.
Once again.
He's got a bit of
soft options. You don't do that.
Sorry, mate.
You're giving your team easy leg out, poor discipline. You're taking soft options. There's some really poor signs for the Knights here tonight.
Look at that kick.
Oh, what a kick.
That's 60 metres.
They are right on the march before half-time now, looking for a third try with Preston. And Curran running into Frizzell. Tackled by Elliott a couple away. They are stationed out to the left, this Canterbury team, but there's another penalty.
I'll be taking the goal kick. Hey, points in the wet.
Let's go, Matt. What are we doing? On the line.
Weasley Hapoi has been working with Mark O'Mealy in preparation for this NRL debut.
Oh, look out.
An error from Curran this time.
Told you the goal kick, mate. You looked at me funny.
Easy.
Me?
You looked at me funny. I said, take the two. It's wet, mate. Wet weather.
Freddie's right again.
Penalty against Canterbury. Reed, that's against you.
What's the Pestosaurus in there?
Yeah, Reed
Had
Marnie.
nothing to do with you. You're
Brought
the
you
third
by
man. Off you go.
Mortine once again.
Too late. Wait. Try it again.
Once again, since the no punching, you get this carry on.
Back here.
Do you think that had happened back in the old days when you could cop one off Les Davidson or blocker? No.
Could that be a new Dally M category? Best of the year.
And I don't know why we're even joking about it, because it drives me mad. Absolutely drives me mental watching the carry on.
Brayley, that'll cheer you up. What a good run. 15 metres through the centre. Armstrong to dummy half. Frizzell playing in the middle. Across to Coggo, now to Lucas. Good defence. They were up quickly there. Cutting them off out wide.
Sprinting off the defensive line, the Bulldogs.
Hastings short. Kai Pearce-Paul is so good with the offload, and Hastings was there to back it up. They promote the ball. Mapa Palangi, high tackle.
That would have been 5. Wait. Back here, mate. Just wait.
Oh, Jaden Brayley.
Can't go
A little
yet.
bit of attack out of dummy
Just
half.
hold him.
Well, in the wet, that's where you got to attack. You got to attack out of dummy half.
And they've been well below their best here, Newcastle, but if they can score a try before half-time, going to be a huge boost going in to this half-time break, knowing that there's better football to come. Kai Pearce-Paul. The left side of the field, Brayley to Hastings. Flat to Tyson Frizzell, wrapped up by Mann and Marnie. Not a great pass. Picked up on the bump there by Lucas, who actually beat Hutchison for a moment. But Hopoi is over there. Frizzell again. They've thrown nothing at them by way of a trick shot so far on this set. Brayley rolling it through. This is going to roll over. Oh, it just pulled up. It just pulled up, and Tracy's been trapped. It looked like it was going to roll dead.
So once again, the defence of the Bulldogs didn't look flustered at all.
Last night watching the Eels play, obviously a lot different with Mitchell Moses back, but a lot of the success is when the halves played together with the fullback. After 5'8", the fullback. I'm yet to see Jackson Hastings pass the ball to Jack Cogger. They'll go short here, the Bulldogs.
Oh, he shanked it. Good hands by Kai Pearce-Paul. From one side to the other, trying to find some numbers here. Cogger off the right foot.
biggest risk in these situations is tries off kicks. So just look for an early kick.
Good ball, Frizzell. Now Elliott. Back to Brayley, over to Armstrong. Brodie Jones runs towards Marnie. They can't wrap them up here. Oh, that was a risky pass. It was brilliantly taken under pressure by Elliott. Half-time. Just around the corner as Cogger tries to go through the middle. He links up with Lucas. I don't think he's going to be able to escape the clutches. Oh, did he get it down? Did he drop it? I think he dropped it.
Oh, the tackle from the fullback, Connor Tracy.
I've got a no try.
Have a look at the energy from the Dogs.
Stolen in the act of grounding the ball. In the act of grounding, I'm checking that.
Are they saying he raked at the ball?
In the act of scoring.
Well, what a great tackle. Yeah, this is a knock-on.
Dylan Lucas loses possession of the ball over the try line. We have a decision.
No. Knock on. 20 metre.
They couldn't quite seal the deal, but again, energetic defence by Canterbury. Danica, some news.
Yes, some positive news for the Newcastle Knights. Daniel Saifidi looks like he should be good to return. They did test out his knee in the sheds, and he actually passed all the testing, so they're currently strapping him up, and hopefully he'll be able to return in the second half.
Okay, thanks, Danica. Good news for Newcastle. Tryless in the opening half. 2 scored for Canterbury, both through Josh Adokar. That word a couple of times, Brad. They've looked unflustered, the Bulldogs.
There's no panic in their defence at all. But remember, they win this, they go above Newcastle and they move into the 8. So all these players have gone in with a lot of confidence, backed each other, plenty of trust. Here's their last chance. Gone to the air.
Armstrong's dropped it. Oh, it's a penalty to Newcastle.
Well, there's a big half-time coming up for Coach Adam
Dangerous
O'Brien
contact on the fullback.
for Newcastle.
Just tunnels through his legs. Just hold. Okay, and tap and kick him. Go.
Half-time, 10-2. Canterbury over Newcastle in the rain at McDonald Jones Stadium.
He tapped and kicked it, so it's just dead.
And work for the home team after the break.
Yeah.
It's been heavily marked. The young fullback David Armstrong. Been a professional performance by the Bulldogs. And perhaps a lack of energy for Newcastle, according to Andrew Johns. And they find an extra gear coming out of half-time. Alana. The Knights have had 53% of the ball, though, and haven't managed to score a try so far.
Would have loved to have been in the Knights' sheds at half-time. So there was a big spray. We've got the breeze in this second half. I see some enthusiasm from the Knights, because at the moment the Dogs' enthusiasm levels are destroying the Knights.
So Newcastle hunting for 5 wins on the bounce that would consolidate a place in the 8, and Canterbury hoping to leapfrog the Knights to regain a place in 8th position. The always energetic Adam Elliott played 101 games for the Bulldogs over 6 seasons, a chip by Cogger. It was the strangest sort of kick, really. It was taken comfortably by Adokar. Plays it outside his 20 now. Wilson Sherry. Yet to win away from home in 2024, this Canterbury outfit. On the flip side, they're unbeaten at home.
Well, Cameron Serrato spoke about that before the game, and he said it wasn't the fact that the games have been away. He said it feels like all their games have been consistent. They just haven't been able to come up with the plays, but they've got themselves in a nice position at the moment.
Sexton. Taken by Armstrong. Oh, and he gets rattled again. I'm sure it's part of the game plan to try and take him out from an effective role in the game. He's had no leeway at all, David Armstrong. Now Brodie Jones. Dylan Lucas, my apologies. Brazil, good run. Up to the halfway, played it to Brayley. Set for set to start the second half. Comfortable catch for Wilson. An effective kick chase for Newcastle. Coming off their best attacking performance of the season last week in the massive win over St George Illawarra, 44-12. Early kick, tackle 3, very deep. 40-20 attempt, rolling towards the sideline.
Into
Balls
that
up.
strong breeze also. That was a great kick from Rugby. They are on, the Bulldogs.
Yeah, these next couple of tackles are important. They need to take advantage with a good field position. And,
Marshall with an offload taken by Other. Again, they flattened him. Tuala struggles to his feet, played it quickly, Brayley slipped over. And then Frizzell, shift in play, away through Hastings and Armstrong, and now Mapapalangi. More of the same for Newcastle. Neither team has flinched. Straight out of the half-time break. Trading set for set. Addo-Carr with a bit of open space. He kicks ahead. And Bronson Sherry, he could have been over and picked it up. Well, Jones has picked it up and lost it over the sideline.
Play the ball in the
that was
middle.
a beautiful little kick by Josh Addo-Carr.
He's done a hammy. But he kicks the ball.
Case.
Just taps it ahead.
Someone's got to dive on the ball. What Josh Addo-Carr decides to kick the ball. The ball's on the ground. Someone has to put their body on the line and dive on the ball.
Oh. Well, this is a concern because
someone dive on the ball.
All right, Danica, some news for a sideline.
Yeah, it looks as though Daniel Saifidi won't actually be able to return tonight. They reassessed him at halftime, and they say it's not looking good. They don't think it is a serious or long-term knee injury, but they're saying at this stage it's highly unlikely that he'll be able to return to the play tonight.
Well, Josh Addo-Carr's gone off as well. Jamin Salmon's gone into the centres, and Bronson Xerri onto the left wing.
Oh, dear.
Well, surely they attack that side, the Knights.
Kurt Mann, great footwork in the open. Got it back to Curtis Moran. Canterbury closing in on a third try. Perhaps he lost it getting up to play it.
Don't play the ball yet. Still got a scrum.
Yeah, Alana spoke before the game about the grass has been laid. The players are slipping over everywhere. That time there, 2 or 3 players for the Knights slipped over. Alana?
Not everywhere's been relayed, but that's the area that has been where they keep slipping. I saw them a fair few times during the warm-up, but that's the danger zone. You can see it actually in the lines.
Locked off. Hold. Break.
Man tackle again. Oh, Margie dropped the ball.
It's all you, mate.
This is sloppy.
Tackle one. We're trying to slow it down.
Brayley's challenging.
Okay, that was tackle one, Ash. Live ruling of lost. Captain's challenged by Newcastle.
Newcastle player just loses possession of the ball. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Time on.
Worst
No
challenge
more
ever.
challenges.
How to blow up the
Newcastle.
challenge.
No, I agree. No more challenges, Newcastle.
8.
Scrum Bulldogs.
Anything?
Nope.
Okay, full penalty here, so stay on the line. You make sure you stay here, though.
Have
Let's
a look
go.
at the
That's
weather.
it. I'll tell you on the
And have a look at
break.
the people
Go.
who've turned out and they're
Hands
sitting
down,
in the
hands
rain
down. Hold.
and they're tossing
Hold,
this up.
break. That's better, Jay. Surrender.
Tracy from the scrum, confronted by Cogger.
Hold. Go.
It's a stoic effort by the Bulldogs. Undermanned and high-profile absentees, yet they lead Newcastle at home. Marnie away to Sexton, the ball to Tracy. Preston straight through and straight over.
Well, there's Newcastle players pointing here. They feel like they've been obstructed, but I've got to say, Toby Sexton, talking to Joey, asking him about his game last week, and is impressed how straight he plays. Just watch Toby Sexton here. Marnie jumps out of dummy half. Look at that, moves straight. And Connor Tracy doing the same thing on the Harvey Norman replay. And the man who saved the try in the first half with a beautiful, classy tackle, comes up with a classy line run. Just hits the outside of Connor Tracy, pierces the defence.
Yeah, Kai Pearce-Paul's coming across and he gets caught up and he gets tripped up. But I think it's all an accident. Watch the lead runner. Is it Kurt Mann? Yep. And he just hits the leg there of Kai Pearce-Paul, who goes down. No, this should be a try. They shouldn't take this off him. But once again, the Knights sitting back on their heels, defending on their line in the wet. Sitting and waiting. He's been impressive, this young man. He saved the try in the first half.
Yeah.
He scores them and saves them.
Has his dad really got that haircut?
His dad will be watching. They're from the north side somewhere.
Belrose.
I don't know what he does, but he looks like a concreter. Send a photo in, Mr. Preston.
He's actually a King's Counsel. Ball off the upright.
Time off. Sorry, Case. Go. Stay back here, guys. Stay behind.
This is a handy margin for Canterbury now. And back comes the toiling Curtis Moran past the 10. Danica.
Yes, just an update on Josh Addo-Carr. It's not looking good. He's been officially ruled out for the remainder of tonight's match. It is a hamstring injury, and it happened, just unfolded in front of us here on the sideline, and you could hear him yell out, "I've done my hammy." So he's currently getting assessed. They'll have to send him for scans to just see the extent of the injury, but certainly a major concern for the Bulldogs.
Yes. Bitter news.
It's a turnaround for the Bulldogs, haven't it? All year they've just competed in every game. A lot of players who have no real set positions, they just get out there and compete. Kurt Mann, these sort of players. It's been deliberate too, hasn't it? They've signed utility players who just get out there and compete and rip in.
Little changes they've had tonight. 3 minutes, 6 minutes into the game, they lose their fullback. 10 minutes into sin bin. And Josh Addo-Carr now the winger. When you lose a winger, normally everything just goes out the window.
I think the key objective, according to Phil Gould, obviously our colleague and the boss at Canterbury, who's been to sign players that have come from clubs that have successful
I
culture.
understand this momentum, yes.
Josh Curran, he was at the Roosters and then went to the Warriors.
Yeah.
Always liked him as a player. Really skillful player, but like tonight, he hasn't shown any of that skill. It's just been grit.
So Canterbury won the last clash back in round 7, but you'll remember last year, Newcastle 66, Bulldogs 0. And further you need evidence of the gravity of this turnaround. Brighter days for the Bulldogs faithful. Played by Frizzell, left off Brayley. Away to Kai Pearce-Paul. They've been pinged for a forward pass or a knock-on.
No challenges.
Well, he lays off his passes.
They lose it into the Bulldogs.
Jackson Hastings.
On that side of the field. Explain what you mean there when you fade off your pass, Freddie.
Well, he passes the ball and runs backwards as he lets it go. And if it doesn't go forward, it looks like it goes forward. There he goes. The defender comes out, throws the ball and just starts running sidewards and backwards. You need to keep moving forward.
It's been a habit.
Well, you don't pass the ball with your chest pointed towards the sideline.
It's the regular habit of Hastings. He's been pinged a number of times.
There's a lot of halfbacks who are in that habit.
All right, that's...
Your hips and your chest, you're going to be facing down the field, not towards the sideline.
Bad luck for Addo Carr. He's had a stop-start last sort of 18 months, really. Lipoi Hopoi is having a wonderful start to his NRL career. And now Moran. Turnover. You just get the feeling if Newcastle can jag one, it might pump some energy through them, but
we've got to attack more out of dummy half. Westpac red zone. Far superior field position.
Bradley for Hastings. Out to Cogger. It looks spectacular. Well, it's a penalty only.
Come on, Grant.
Well, it just bounces off the ball.
Okay, stay there, wait, I'll get out of your way.
Jones commences the set. This is hardly an irretrievable position for Newcastle, but they've got to start generating something. Crossland. Tackled firmly there by the Canterbury goal line defence. It comes out through the hands of Cogger and Armstrong. Can't split the defence. Hutchison and Curran. Cogger, dummies, runs. Marnie gets over there. Hutchison chasing from marker.
Inside works very hard, Matt.
Here we go. They get another set. This is surely their window back into the game. Phoenix Crossland 3 metres away. Hastings tries to weave through. Can't beat Preston. Well, there's 2 school bells in a row. Now Brayley. Oh, it's another one. That's 3-6 agains in 3 tackles.
Someone's getting sin binned here. Someone will be going off.
Do they accumulate? So is it 18 or 24 tackles?
I've got a no try. Toby Sexton for me is clearly not square. Can we please review a possible professional foul?
Well, he's asking the bunker if he should be sin binned. It's your decision, Green, I think.
Yeah, he's not at marker.
Well, he's not even up on his feet.
Toby Sexton is clearly to the side and not square as identified on field.
Oh, he's going to go to the bin for this.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Grant saw it. He should have
involved in the
sin binned him
tackle.
straight away.
Due to the other defenders involved, we're ruling out a penalty try. The actions of Toby Sexton are a professional foul.
Oh, can I just play devil's advocate?
Seeing what happens next with the ball.
He doesn't really have any option anywhere to go there. They're right on the line.
No, he's got to be on
Newcastle
side.
was then held
It's
up.
his
He
play.
really ran at him, didn't
He's
he?
got to get away from the ruck. He has to get away from the ruck and get out of the play. If they want to run there and he's offside, he's got to get out of the road.
Okay, Simon. You were clearly offside. You were on the wrong side of the ruck. You jump up and block the path. We're ruling out penalty try because of other defenders, but your actions are a professional foul. So in you go. Off you go.
Well, most players, what they'll do, they'll get up and
Not being involved.
sometimes they think if they can't make marker, they'll just try to get in the road and be a
Clearly
nuisance.
offside.
He's giving us that close to the line. It's a professional foul and he's stopping a try-scoring opportunity.
All right, Newcastle further advantaged here against a 12-man defensive line for the second time in the game, I might add. A change of direction. Hastings away to Kai Pearce-Paul, who tries to pour through a hole. Wrapped up well by Jacob Preston. It comes to Cogger. It's out to Brodie Jones. Can't get past Curran. Sloppy pass. Armstrong's got it. Again, he gets roughed up in a strong shot. 4 tackles have fallen by the wayside fairly quickly here. Crossland and Cogger. Now Hastings. Mapapalangi away to Marju. He gets up and goes again. He beat Wilson. He can't beat Moran. And Salmon there as well. They've survived another set in their line so far, Canterbury. Cogger with a kick in behind. It's off the post.
Tyson,
it's a penalty.
Kick chase offside.
For inside the 10 off the kick. Being in front of the kicker in Canterbury. Well, they've survived again.
Stand and applaud Bulldogs fans. Down to 12 men defending their line. Second time in the game they've had a player in the bin. Look at the scramble. The ball will go through here, and watch how many jerseys. Look at the Bulldogs. Look at them all retreating and getting behind the ball.
They've really found it hard to bring David Armstrong. They've had so much ball on the try line of the Bulldogs. The only thing they need is that little squirt of pace that he has, but they just can't bring it into their structures.
He's got to get at the ruck. He's got to get it. They've got to get out of dummy half and play more out of there, and he's got to sit at the ruck, Davey Armstrong.
Stand together, lock in.
As we head towards the Australian Olympic swim trials, this is must-watch television, exclusive to Wild Sports. It's boiling point. Swimming's greatest rivalry. We relive the incredible moments behind one of the greatest battles in sport. It's Australia versus Team USA in the pool, featuring Michael Phelps and Ian Thorpe. Boiling Point premieres 7 p.m. Sunday, June 9, and then from the following day, Monday, the Australian Olympic swim trials. Our Paralympic and Olympic swimmers hoping to book their tickets to Paris, exclusive live and free on 9 and 9 now.
20-metre restart here for the Knights.
Awesome.
Crossland.
Another dummy half.
Strong run. Margie off the back of that.
Need more of that.
They've made some inroads there.
Play at a dummy half. One marker, go again.
Brayley does.
Double up. Keep going.
Crossland, Hastings, Pearce-Paul. "20 away. Hastings runs into the line. The ball goes to Safidi now. He's 10 short. Gee, the fuel tank of Canterbury must be starting to run low. Cogger to Hastings, who's lost it.
Okay, he's actually passive here.
Well, they're clutching there, the Dogs. They finally wore them down, the Knights. As Joey was saying, just playing through the ruck, one after the other. And when they went for the shift, there was Jack Cogger come off his right foot. The space was through the middle. They come up with the error. Just couldn't take it. They finally found a defender that could make up the inside, and they dropped the ball. It's just not there.
Alana, down to you.
Oh, isn't it hard to watch? That's the play, though, and I felt like there was one, maybe two options where Davey could have popped up earlier on in the set. It's just almost like they're waiting 1 or 2 tackles too long, but there's still that opportunity. You don't have to be too far off the ball in conditions like this just to wrong foot that defence. It's a pretty low risk play, the short little offload. That's the recipe.
Salmon now. Preston, immense. What a performance.
Yeah, he's got captaincy written all over him. So that sort of player.
Well, there's an experienced kick.
Oh, that's a great kick. Down to 12 men, puts the ball out.
He's also got Start of Origin written all over him.
He has, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's only very young, Jacob Preston. He's 21, 22.
Yeah.
Saves tries, scores tries. Very reliable, trustworthy.
we find out if the old man is a concreter.
I'll give him your mobile.
You just want mates rates. Brazil, that's been knocked out.
Honestly.
It's a loose carry, hits a Bulldog. Reed, when on scrum. Middle scrum. Dog's feet. Clock's on.
It's not the night to be throwing offloads like that, but also you've got to catch the ball.
You got to be aware.
He took his eyes off the ball and looked at the defence.
I know there's 20 minutes left. Is there a temptation to go to a 13-point lead here?
Oh, 100%.
I think Jacob Carrez could actually kick a field goal.
He can do everything else. He wouldn't shirk it, Brad. If they asked him to do it, he'd have a red-hot crack.
It'd be extravagant follow-through. One of his boots would fly off. There he is.
On Jackson.
The flying funnel there. Arms and legs going everywhere.
That's a good nickname. Preston now, 6 metres away. Marnie, spiral pass finds man. Hutchison holding off Cogger. Tackled on the 10. No thoughts of a 1 point here. That's taken the hand of Brayley. Curran's got it! Curran kept on chasing and didn't give up.
I spoke about in these conditions, the little grubber kick. And Josh Curran just shows his talent. He's playing in the middle of the field. He finds a rebound, a little bit of control. Marnie jumps out, touches the hand on the Harvey Norman replay of Jaden Brayley. Beautiful control by the big front rower. Jumps out, gets a tap down, and just taps it with the left foot, and deliberate. That is brilliant.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if Josh Curran played in the halves growing up. He's incredibly skillful. Yui fan cam. There's probably 3 Bulldogs up there. That's about it in the crowd. Look at the poor souls. Have a look at them sitting there and getting wet.
That's why I coached Josh Curran in the under-16s coming through. The first time I ever saw him, he was playing for the Indigenous under-16s in a game at Suncorp Stadium and set up a try on the bell for them to win the game. I don't think he ever played in the halves, but there's always a skillful back rower, great ball player. This is a brilliant, that left footer there. That's all deliberate.
Just to underline, Canterbury have scored that try down to 12 men. Their halfback's not even on the field.
They scored one in the first half too, I think, when Connor Tracy was off. The first try to Josh Addo-Carr.
Bailey Hayward's taken over the goal kicking. Not a bad strike, but he can't bring it back. The comeback task just got immeasurably harder. Max King striding back from the resumption. You've got to admire this new look, renewed Canterbury team. There is a great team ethic about them. They are a team of toilers, and they've gone out there with belief tonight. They've got no captain in Stephen Crichton. Matt Burton isn't there. Kickout's injured for an extended period. Yet they've galloped out there tonight thinking they can win from the opening bell.
Well, they've just wanted it more. All the effort areas, all the enthusiasm, they've been winning it. The big one, the noticeable one is the speed of the defensive line. The Bulldogs are sprinting off the line where the Knights are just hanging back. Opportunity here for the Knights. 16 minutes to go. You'd think they'd just start playing attacking footy. If you're going to go down, you've got to go down swinging.
Toby Sexton back. 2 sin bins for the Bulldogs tonight, yet they're still unbreached as far as try scoring goes.
A good tackle there by young Haywood. Covered the dummy half and the runner, just using his speed around the ruck in defence. Very smart.
This will take some catching if indeed anyone wants to catch it. It's bounced hard. It's going to bounce over the back.
Yeah, that breeze behind the Knights, 20 kilometres from the north, had just propelled it over the dead ball line. Once again, the defensive line just waiting for the Bulldogs to get over the advantage line. There's no enthusiasm whatsoever from the Knights.
Tracy tackled by Leo Thompson, who's back out on the field. Here comes to Curran now. Jacob Safidi around the legs. Jack Cogger also. Now to Sexton, now to Jacob Preston. Another smart kick into the corner by Reid Marnie.
Oh, what a great kick. And look at the kick chase. Look, they're all down there. And watch the difference. Watch the speed of the line. Watch them sprint. Look at them sprinting off the line. The contact is on the advantage line. And they get back and they'll sprint up again. This hasn't been a fluke. It's been an incredible effort from the Bulldogs.
There's the 4th tackle, and it's only now all the Knights players are back behind the ball. They're now down to 1 tackle left.
Ball's been dropped again. That's pressure. Pressure in defence, pressure on the scoreboard.
Pressure? Or something else.
He's got the same look on his face as you, Joey. Reid Marnie. 11 away. Oh, 6 more. That's not going to turn the frown upside down. Hutchison, back for Curran. Brayley missed him. Crossland wrapped him up. Toby Sexton for Max King. Hasn't scored in 6 years. Close enough to 6 years. Marnie rolls it through. He's claiming it, Jacob Preston.
Well, if he doesn't get it, Wilson scores it. It looks like it goes backwards. Once again.
He just wanted it more. The Knights players are there before him, but Preston epitomises tonight. Harvey Norman replay. He just wanted it more. Just watch the replay again. If we can see that same replay. The high shot, the next one. I just want you to watch the movement of Greg Marju here. And this epitomises the Newcastle Knights' effort tonight. Watch Greg Marju, top of screen. The ball will go in behind. Look at the reaction. That sums up the Newcastle Knights tonight. Alana.
Well, it was another clever kick from Reid Marnie out of dummy half as well, but you're right, the body language and from the get-go, but particularly even running out at half-time, two completely different sides. The Bulldogs, they were loud, they were getting around one another, running up the tunnel. And Newcastle Knights, you could just hear one or two stray voices. So just two completely different sides playing at two different intensities at the moment.
Yes, and this man is the intensity barometer, isn't he? Jacob Preston.
Well, you're saying state of origin, maybe this year, Freddie. The way he's playing, he's the sort of bloke that when you defend in the defensive line and you look beside you and you've got a player like Jacob Preston, you know you're safe because you know he'll never, ever let you down. And the same as attack. If you're a halfback and you're going to the line, you know he won't let you down. He'll be running a hole. He'll be pushing up with you. He's a player.
Super kick, Sexton.
Like Hazard.
Stay behind. Stay behind. Stay back.
Very impressive by Canterbury tonight. Connor Tracy coming back, so 44 points last week, 24 this evening. 68 to 14 in the last game and 70 minutes tonight. That's some going.
They're on the back of defence. When you're not chasing points, defence becomes a lot easier. Sorry, attack becomes a lot easier. Much less pressure. A couple of beautiful kicks from Reid Marnie late. Just defending. Twice with 12 players. Incredible.
Sexton pressured. He's still able to get a kick away, and it's a brilliant kick that lands just outside the goal line.
What a great kick. Under pressure, off balance, and lands at a metre from the line. And look, the game's won. They'll watch him sprinting off the line. Once again, getting off the line.
Good tackle by Bronson Cherry on Dan Gagai.
It's funny, it's the Dogs that have been without the players and down to 12 at two different stages, but for the Knights, the whole game they would have felt undermanned. When teams like this, when there's so much enthusiasm and there's so much movement off the ball, it just feels like you're outnumbered all the time.
Danica, another average night weather-wise, with the Newcastle faithful turning out once more.
Yeah, that's right. Really impressive crowd here tonight. Over 21,000, in fact, 21,204 in attendance in some pretty tough conditions, but they do turn out in full force here in Newcastle. And I have to say, a lot of them are in those top tiers around the stadium. They're a cluey bunch, the ones down the front. They've got their umbrellas and their ponchos packed, though.
21,000 turn up and they toss this up. Hang your heads in shame. Poor fans.
Well, it's an indication. They've won 4 in a row. It's mostly where the club's at the moment. They're without their star. Without a couple of stars, and there they go. They're 24-2. 8 minutes to go. They'll give the Dogs another
Scrum
chance. This
clock on.
could get
Dogs
embarrassing. They just had not having the ability to, as Cameron Sherrata said, just you got to be consistent.
Oh, he's seen enough.
Oh.
Lock him in. 10 seconds. David, head in. Back stay, head in. Clock off.
5 tries to nothing.
Oh.
And a tick under 8 minutes remain. Hutchison. Outside the 10 when he played it. Curran. Dragging the defenders with him to within 5 of the line. Oh, Cogger was all tangled up. Tackle count restarted. Sexton underneath to Mann. Mann looking for some open space. Some appeared momentarily. But he's chopped down in Dane Gagai's tackle. Bronson Sherry takes off short side. Three metres short. Marnie for King. Oh. Come on, Max.
How long, Matt?
66 games, round 25, 2019. Curran. They saw him coming. Well, that sums it up. Bronson Sherry crashes through tissue-thin goal line defence for a 6th Canterbury try.
Well, that's pressure from dummy half. He's done it with long kicks. He's done it with short kicks. Some real slick passing on the line. And ends up finding Bronson Sherry too strong for Davey Armstrong. That's how you put pressure on from dummy half. Long kicks, short kicks, and on the Harvey Norman replay, just a beautifully timed short pass. Finds the fullback too strong. That makes it 28. In these conditions, that's as good as their 44 last week.
Straight through, and another 4 points on the scoreboard. No one could have expected this. And Bronson Sherry throwing a lifeline, if you will, after time out of the game, and a regular now in this Canterbury lineup. And Toby Sexton, he's added a lot of spark. It's been a great coaching performance all round by Cameron Ciraldo as Sexton nails another kick.
Left foot here. Stay back.
So Canterbury on track to consolidate a place inside the top 8.
Contestable, play the ball.
Tickets to game 2 and game 3. The Vampire Women's State of Origin are selling fast. In fact, some news through this evening is that game 2 is officially a sellout. How good will that be at this very Graham McDonald Jones Stadium? But don't miss your chance to get seats to game 3, which is at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, Townsville, Thursday, June 27th. Get your tickets at nrl.com/tickets now, or you can catch all the action exclusive live and free on 9 and 9 now. So a sellout at McDonald Jones Stadium as the New South Wales Sky Blues look to wrap it up. And if Queensland can cause the upset on New South Wales soil, they'll go up to Townsville to contest the decider. Here's Tracy linking up out wide. Tackled by Hastings. Marnie into the defence. Hayward away to Sexton now. Curran.
Oh, there's a fight and back play.
Oh. Meanwhile, plays continued and Sexton is tackled by Jacob Safidi. Well, that's busted up the altercation quickly. It might be another try to Salmon. No.
Well, in the off-season, the Knights brought 2 Englishmen. Kai Pearce-Paul is one that
Previous ruck.
the big back rower on the left edge. And the other one is Will Price, who has come to Newcastle as a 5'8" or a fullback. They have to pull the trigger next week. They've got the Storm next week. They've got to make a decision and play him in the halves next week, because tonight Cogger and also Hastings have offered absolutely nothing. There's no speed in the way they're playing. There's no threat with the running threat, and all the movement, the passing has just been sideways. They've got to put Will Price in next week. I know that I think there's deficiencies in his game, but they've got to do something.
Well, this is going from bad to embarrassing now. That was a shocker from dummy half.
Well, once again, there's a cheap shot and back play here, which is just absolutely ridiculous.
Phoenix, what you did was no. Back you go. Back you go. What you did was completely unacceptable. It's only a push, Ash, but it's just unacceptable.
That's twice.
I do understand that. That's why you got a penalty.
This was the one, the set before, which there was a push and shove. And then there's just no need. No need. Have you seen Will Price play at all?
I haven't, no.
No, he's got some X factor.
I know he's been
Scored
highly regarded.
he scored an amazing try in one of the trial matches at the start of the year.
Sherry in space. A metre away. Marnie, Curran, dummies, ducks. And denied by about half a metre. 6 tries to zip tonight. Marnie!
Tackle 4, time off.
So Price
Reed,
at 5'8", you're saying?
Oh, boys,
Yeah.
boys. Seriously.
And what do you do with the 7?
I don't
There's a
know.
minute to go. Away we go.
There's got to do something, because
Off you go.
oh,
Come out here. I got Safidi here, Ash.
so once again, you can't throw a punch, but they get that frustrated that they lead with the head. Like, honestly.
Well, that's so silly.
Jacob.
That is so silly.
It's on report. Off you go. Don't lead with your head.
I'm conscious of the score, and it's been a dirty night, but that's just poor unprofessionalism.
Reed. 70 seconds to go. Keep it neat. Okay, time on. 2
Might
points.
be a little lighter in the pocket too as a result.
Oh, so with that, that's time spent on the sideline.
So a minute to play here. Make sure you stay with us. We'll have all the post-game analysis. Obviously, Andrew John's upset with what he's seen from his club tonight.
I just really,
changes.
I feel sorry for the fans. 21,000 people turned up in the rain. You can sit at home and watch it on TV, live and free. And they turn up, and this is what they toss up to their fans. The Bulldogs, 2 players in the sin bin. They haven't scored a try the nights. Haven't looked like scoring. They have to pull the trigger next week on Will Price.
Toby Sexton lining up another shot to conclude the game. Hands up if you predicted this score. It is a rout. Canterbury, in the most comprehensive manner possible, have gone up the freeway and ripped the Knights apart. 32-2 at full time in Friday night footy.